Hello and welcome back to the Fortnightly Q&A. My name's Lumin and right now, got a bunch of questions here. I'm hoping a bunch of good ones. I'm gonna go through them and we're gonna see what's what. Let's get started. First one is from Sarel Falandas. Hi Sven, some questions. What's your favorite type of coffee that you drink? So I don't really have a favorite type of coffee. I mean, I like instant coffee. I like proper freshly ground coffee that comes from like a coffee machine. I like filter coffee. I like flavored coffee. We've currently got some Beanies flavored coffee here. That was a gift to Eileen from some of her family. I like all of it. Seriously, what's not to like? I even like the super El Cheapo coffee. I really don't care. It's all good. I am not as snooty as some people when it comes to coffee. So there. Are you excited for The Witcher 3 coming out? Or at least are you as excited as I am for The Witcher 3 coming out? I'm probably not as excited as you. Okay, Sartle. Just putting that out there. But I'm pretty excited. I am probably excited for different reasons though. Just because it's sort of gonna scratch that Skyrim itch. But it's slightly more hardcore than Skyrim as far as I can tell. Because I haven't really played the other Witcher games. And I think the story is a little more important in the Witcher games. Now, Witcher 3 is meant to be completely open world and much more so open than Witcher 1 and 2. And again, I might be mistaken, but that sounds good to me. Also, the prospect of pushing my PC to its limits with Witcher 3, that excites me as well. It does, because games like Watch Dogs were disappointments in terms of the visuals, you know, and what it actually forces your computer, your graphics card, your CPU, whatever to do. But yes, I'm pretty excited, but probably not as excited as some of you guys, because I know some of you take Witcher real serious. Have you heard of the series Vikings, and what do you think of it? I've heard of it, but I've not watched it yet. I know that the dude from Vikings, one of the main actors in it, is going to be playing Lothar in the World of Warcraft movie. Don't know if you knew that or not, but there's an interesting fact for you. Is he any good? I hope so. But I have heard good things about the series itself. My parents love it. They absolutely love it. And they have, for the most part, got reasonably good taste. They watch lots of series, but reasonably good taste. Like when they watch a bad series, then the chances are they'll just watch it all anyway. But they'll know it's a bad series that they're watching. They'll just keep watching it. But they said Vikings was incredibly good, and they've tried to get me to watch it on various occasions, so maybe I will. At some point, maybe I will. Then, hope you, Helene, and Nero are doing okay. Yes, we are. Nero's right here having a nap, a really good nap. Helene is busy playing World of Warcraft in the corner over there. We happy. Firestorm 123. Lumin, do you ever read messages you get in your inbox on YouTube? I even thought about cutting that piece out and just going straight to the question, but this is pretty important. YouTube inboxes are almost impossible to even think about using nowadays. I don't know what's happened, but I get probably 5 to 10 like spam messages a day. Have you seen this video? Do you want to join our network? And so on and so forth. It's crazy. It is impossible for me to find proper meaningful messages in there, and that's why most of the stuff that I look at and respond to is either, you know, in my email inbox or presented to me via the comment section of these videos. So if you have a question for me, it's probably better to just ask it here on the Q&A, because that way you know it's going to get answered. So there you go. But Firestorm, you did actually know that this is where you need to ask it. Would you consider ever doing a series in Hearthstone where you take user submitted decks on your channel and give them a try? I've thought of many things like that. I thought of trying to incorporate you guys and, I don't know, some sort of input from you in arena runs. I thought of doing the sort of me playing against you kind of thing, just recording it as well. I thought of the exact same thing that you mentioned here, and I thought of a whole bunch of other stuff as well. But all of these things, man, it would be so much easier to do if I could live stream. Really? I don't know. Because having you guys try and give me input about things to do in a game of Hearthstone or with a deck or something like that would be much easier if it was live. But at the same time, you know, giving me a deck or something to play, that's not so difficult. I mean, you can give me a deck, I'll check it out. Maybe I'll do a ranked min episode of it in. Maybe I'll end up doing a 1-minute guide on it. I don't know. Okay, I have been struggling a little bit to get proper decks for the 1-minute guides, but hey, that won't be a problem for long because there's always, you know, the rise and fall of popular decks, and those ones are usually best to do because more people are interested in seeing them, then more people watch the videos. But I'm getting sidetracked now. I'm trying to think of different ways or different things to do in Hearthstone rather. But, you know, for now, I'm actually happy with just getting to play the game, getting to experience all the different classes a little bit here and there. Because I think if you guys give me decks to play, things might get a little bit crazy. But maybe I'll do something like a once-a-week episode where I use a crazy or silly submitted deck, because I'm sure there are crazy and silly decks out there that you guys have seen or heard of. We'll see. 8T OA3 Atoa Atoai. I don't want to seem nosy, but do you have any big gaming friends that you regularly play with? I think it would be really entertaining seeing some co-op content. Keep up the great work, by the way. Some of the best content I've seen on YouTube in a long while. Thank you so much for that. I don't really have any friends. I can't say that. I've got friends, of course. But no, I don't really have any big gaming friends that I regularly play with. No. You know, I've got Helene. And that's it. And Nero. He's a big gaming friend too. Except he doesn't really partake in this. But anyway. No, I don't. I guess I should be doing more co-op stuff because that's what any big YouTuber will tell you is the secret to success. It's the one thing I've not really been doing much of. I'll work on it. Hinchley, hello Lumin. Haven't been able to watch your videos in a long time. I've been moving and trying to catch up on them now. I have a question. Did you ever go to college? And if so, did you get a degree or diploma? And if not, like me, that's in brackets, have you ever taken any classes besides grade school for further education or certifications? If you haven't done this, then would you consider taking any classes or getting certified in anything related or unrelated to the job you have now? And if so, what would they be? I'm spitting on my screen. So I have all sorts of random computery type certificates or diplomas. I don't know, it's not a degree or whatever. I mean, I've got all the basic old ones that they used to give you, which was like A+ and N+. Then I did the first CCNA course, and I actually did a couple of other web development and design courses. I'm pretty nifty with stuff like that, okay? Not that I use it very often, although it has come in use just with all the general design stuff surrounding the channel. I'm really good at Photoshop nowadays and Sony Vegas and stuff. Most of that, however, is self-taught, but some of it's from the courses that I did. Then I also did a TEFL course, which is teaching English as a foreign language. That was pretty intense. So I'm actually certified to do that if I wanted to. Other than that, though, I just can't remember. But I don't think I did much else. Bunch of stuff. Random stuff. If I had to do something else now, then I would probably not. No. I think that for the most part, if you want to learn something, you can teach it to yourself. Or, you know, I suppose some people do prefer the guidance that you can get by doing a proper course, going to a proper college or whatever. But me personally, because you're actually asking me, I prefer learning things myself. And I've been doing that now. I mean, over the past couple of years, I have learned a whole lot. Sure, it's not traditional knowledge that would help me doing some other regular job, but it's helping in my line of work right now, and it's something that will definitely help me in the future in, let's just say, other lines of work that I could potentially consider pursuing. So there you go. That's my view on all of that. You know, if you're going to do something, do it because you enjoy doing it. Do it because you actually want to know more about it. That's what I have to say. But if I had to say, you know, what I would want to learn, I don't know. Actually, I mean, I can't think of one specific subject that I'd want to know a whole lot more about. I always get fascinated by archaeologists. If I had to choose to do something, I would love to walk around in a desert, picking stones out of the ground and looking at them. I mean, I think that it's not always like that. It's usually boring stuff, but just think about it. Just think about that. That'd be great. Flying around the world to different dig sites because you are the one that everyone wants at their, let's just say, project or expedition, because you know all there is to know about everything. Sounds great. Anyway, that doesn't make much sense, does it? But whatever. Dtar71. Hello, Lumin. I've been watching your WoW videos recently, and I've really wanted to get involved with the guild, but as a US resident, I can't join the EU servers with my account. Do you have any plans for setting up a guild on the North American servers as well, or any ones that are currently existing that are run by fans? I don't have any plans to start a US server up, sadly. I mean, it is kind of sad, because I know that a big, huge portion of my viewers from the US. But I think that for the most part, the more vocal viewers, the more involved viewers, the ones that are more interested in community are the European ones. I don't know why that is, but the bulk of my views still come from the US. I don't know if setting up a guild on the North American servers would make sense for me, because I would not know what's going on there. That would be terrible, actually, because any old person could do it, then they'd be using the name of Tales of Lumin or whatever, and I wouldn't know what's going on in that guild. I wouldn't know if they were being rude to people, or giving my name a bad rep, or whatever. But I mean, you can tell me your thoughts on that. I'm always interested in hearing. Shadow Tales the Warrior. Hey Lumin, I got a question for you. Which deck do you think is better? One that conforms to your style of play, or a strategic deck? So, I think I understand the question. So, you're basically asking whether you should play a deck that you enjoy playing, that's more your style of deck, or if you should play one that makes sense, that works incredibly well by the numbers. So, a popular one. So, say for instance the Zulok deck, standard one that everyone plays, that'll be good. I personally think the former is better. I think you should always play what you enjoy. You should play the class you enjoy. You should play the deck with that class that you enjoy. And if you want to use someone else's deck, then make modifications to it to make it your own. Or play it. And if you enjoy it, stick with it. There you go. That's it. That's what I think. And in my honest opinion, it's super important. You're not going to enjoy Hearthstone if you're not, like, actually playing it your way. Celtic Uchu. Konnichiwa, Lumin. The Steam Summer Sale is now on. Do you have much interest in Steam sales these days? Personally, I've lost interest in them, as all the games that I get these days are from Humble, GOG, or through bundles. Firstly, kudos to you, because that's much better than buying through Steam, honestly. Steam is just easier, so I think most people prefer that. But nowadays, GOG and Humble, they are catching up big time. It is just much nicer buying from them. As for the Steam sale, I've not even been keeping track. Seriously, I don't want any of the games that are out there now, and the ones I really do want, I've already got. Or I'll wait till they get even cheaper. Or the ones I really do want aren't out yet. I don't know. Although I do see that they're selling pre-orders, which to me is so funny. Like, the game's not out yet, but they've discounted it by 25%. I'm not going to mention any names, but there are games like that on Steam right now. It's crazy. Seriously, it's mind-boggling. How they get away with doing stuff like that. but I don't have much interest in the games on Steam. Not so much these days. And I guess it is much the same as for you. The Humble Bundles are great. It's also for a good cause. And GOG is just such an amazing site. The people behind it deserve all our support. So that's cool. Chloe Sana. I know you drink a lot of tea, but what kind of tea do you like? Specifically, do you like black tea? I like black tea. Yes, of course I do. I like all tea. I mean, I drink green tea. I just had peppermint tea before I started recording now. I was recording Bioshock Infinite Burial at Sea Episode 2. Had some peppermint tea with it. It's nice, refreshing. It's very good. I recommend it. It's made with just peppermint leaves. So it's pretty healthy as well. Hydrating too. But seriously, I like any tea. And not any tea, but most teas are really good. I can't think of one just right off the top of my head that I don't like. But, I mean, there's so much to choose from that I think sticking with just one tea the whole time is boring. So mess around. Buy different teas. Experiment. Ropname. Hi Lumin, thanks for your answers and all the videos. Like the WoW series. Now, here's a quick one. Will you still continue the cooking series? This is interesting. I was actually thinking about this just the other day. Or have you given up on that series? I've tried the recipe and I love the recipes and I love the cup and a cake one. They were fun to watch, experience, and taste. Then Ropname also says, it would be cool to see one or so a month. Keep up the good work. Happy that. I was considering doing that again because why not? I don't know exactly what I'd do for a recipe, but I'm sure I could think of something. I could. I will consider this and I'll get back to you real soon. Don't even worry. JB Does Magic. Cool nickname right there. I don't know why, but I like it. What is it that got you back into playing WoW? From what I understand, you were already a player before for a while, but I was wondering what made you want to play it again. You also got me to get it again, so I thank you. Cheers. I'm glad you're thanking me and not cursing me for bringing you back to the game. I jumped back in because of Warlords of Draenor. Outland, Burning Crusade, the pinnacle of my good times in WoW. I loved it. And being able to go back to Outland, I couldn't resist. So I thought, why not let's jump in now at the end of the expansion, try and just do a quick catch-up session, see everything there is to see, experience everything there is to experience, and hey, record a couple of videos. Why not do it like that? So I did it. And I'm having a great time. I gotta say, currently I'm busy gearing up and stuff, but you guys will see that very soon. I mean, my level 90 videos are gonna start going out now, and you're gonna be seeing what I've been doing on 90, and just basically how the guild's been doing and all that other stuff. And it's gonna be much more interesting, because I'm gonna start doing those sub-series that I was talking about. But World of Warcraft's still so much fun. Seriously, it's great. There's so much to do in it that you will never be bored. Unless you've been playing it up until this point. For the past who knows how many years. Maybe you'll get bored then. But you know, if you go back to it now, it'll be great. Bloodgone. What providence should the next Elder Scrolls game take place in? Well, I don't know. The next Elder Scrolls game should be the next Fallout game. That's just what I think. I don't know if you guys agree. I'd prefer another Fallout game first. But Elder Scrolls elsewhere. I want them to do a proper desert theme. I mean, there's a lot that you can do with a desert. You can have the lush oasis. You can have the underground. You can have the stinging winds. And so on and so forth. But that's what I want. I want elsewhere. And the Khajiit. All of the Khajiit. Antonio Banderas. Pablo Pascal. All those guys. Anyway, fine. That's what I think. Next question. Victoria Hurin. You did the impossible, Lumin, and you got me to play WoW again. Well, another one. After so many years. After saying, I never would. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't mean to do it. My question. What are your opinions on the Death Knight class? And also, would you ever do a playthrough of Watch Dogs? So, Watch Dogs, I did in the Liveman. I kind of had the sound of the episode messed up, and then I couldn't re-upload it because the video was just too huge. I'm so disappointed by that. I want you all to know, all of you that watched the Watch Dogs video, that it wasn't meant to be desynced. YouTube did that. I don't know why. It's perfectly in sync on my PC, but then I upload it and it's desynced. I rendered it the same way, same format as all my other videos, but still it broke it. It's fine though, it's watchable. Check it out. If a lot of people watch it, if there's an outcry for more, not an outcraw. I was going to say outroar and outcry, and then they sort of, I do that a lot. If there's an outcry for more, if people want more of that, I'll do another Liveman with it, another extended play session, see how that goes, see how far we get, whatever. But I'm not going to do a full playthrough of it just because. Then, Death Knights are fun. I think that in terms of DPS and tanking, they are very, very fun and quite rewarding to play. They can solo a lot of content themselves as well, which is really cool. And I like the big two-hander weapon thing. I think that's great. I think any class that can use two-handed swords, one-handed axes, two-handed swords, two-handed axes, I think I said that already, but those types of weapons are much cooler to use because you can transmog them into various other weapons and visuals, and plate armor in general is also just great looking. So yeah, I'm a big fan of Death Knights. I think they're really cool. Really, really cool. Also, they start on 56 or whatever, so that's great. Nadav Never. Have you considered doing a Watchdog Let's Play series? I know I personally avoid Let's Plays of linear single-player games, but since I want to play them, not watch them. But the emergent nature of open-world games means that your experience will always be different from mine. For example, I really enjoyed your Skyrim series, even while playing the game myself. Good. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I guess you can just, refer to the previous answer that I gave. I don't want to play through Watch Dogs because it will probably take 100 and whatever episodes of my time. But if a lot of people want to see more Watch Dogs, I'll do more Watch Dogs. Elliot Noble. And you're right. Absolutely right. Nadav, open world games are great. If at some point an open world game comes out that I really want to play, want to spend a bunch of time in, maybe I'll do a Let's Play of that. We'll see. Elliot Noble, would you ever consider playing Wolfenstein: The New Order, Elder Scrolls Online, Watch Dogs, or any of the upcoming horror games? I feel that Outlast was addicting to watch and would like to see you play something similar in the near future. There's another question coming up now about another horror game. Man, those games. Outlast was one of the most frustrating things to play because of how scary it was. You don't want to know. It's difficult. I'm the kind of person that doesn't watch horror movies. Okay? So the fact that I play these horror games for you guys, something special. Something to be treasured. Anyway. I'll see. There are some horror games that have been suggested to me. You'll see in a moment which ones I'm talking about that I would not mind looking at, but I'll see. Dire Maid 6. I'm so bad at saying that name. I'm so bad. Will you be playing the Borderlands pre-sequel when it's released? I don't know. It looks like more of the same. You know what I might consider playing when it's released is Tales from the Borderlands. The game from the guys that made Walking Dead. Wolf Among Us. Maybe that. I don't know. I don't know if I'll play Borderlands pre-sequel though. Unless it's really, 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 really good. But again, we'll see. Jaws of Haha. Jaws of Hana. Not Haha. I just keep wanting to see it as Haha because it makes no sense and that's great. Jaws of Haha. It's a good nickname. It's not the nickname though, it's Jaws of Hannah. Hi there. I had to look for the question for a second there. Would you mind having a look at Among the Sleep? and see if you'd maybe want to do a playthrough of it. It's relatively short as far as I understand. That's the final question here. And Among the Sleep looked super, super terrifying. It's that one where you play as a baby or something. Man, I don't know. I don't know. I need to figure something out for 30,000 subscribers, which is coming up soon. Maybe I'll give you guys a full playthrough of that in like 2 days. Maybe I'll upload it all, have it ready for 30k, which I probably wouldn't be able to do because that's going to be really soon. I don't know. You guys must tell me what you want, just because. And I do know that most of you, or a lot of you, want more adventure-worthy. Duly noted. Duly noted. But I'm done. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them below concerning anything. Real life, World of Warcraft, other games, music. We're currently listening to the World of Warcraft Mr. Pandaria soundtrack. It's so good. So good. Anyway. Check back soon for more. Give it a like, share it, and do all that other good stuff. Most important. Happy leaving those questions for the next Fortnightly Q&A. Happy that.